Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope your day and your week are off to a fantastic start. Got a new day, which of course means a new MLB Player Prop video to share with you guys. But first, as always, people, please make sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and drop a comment down below. It helps the channel grow, and it really does mean a ton to us. With a new day, a new week, and a new month comes some new opportunities to go ahead and make some money. Happy June, everybody. Obviously, today is June 2nd, but we didn't have a video yesterday on June 1st. So happy June. Hope you guys have a fantastic month filled with fun, good weather, lots of money won sports betting, happy memories, and all kinds of good stuff. Hope we all have a fantastic month here, speaking it into existence. But with this being the start of a new month, you know that means we have our monthly ladder challenge. We do this in NBA, MLB, NFL. At the start of every month, we do a little ladder challenge. So we didn't have a video on June 1st, but this is technically our first of the month ladder challenge for the month of June. And as always, I like to do a little giveaway, and it's not tied to a parlay. The parlay doesn't need to hit in order for this contest to happen. The rules are very simple. All you have to do is comment KALO, K-A-L-O. Of course, KALO Mina means have a good month. I say it at the start of every month for these videos. So comment KALO down below. And we're going to give one lucky commenter a free $25 Amazon gift card. There's no tie-ins or anything. I don't need a parlay to hit. Just I'm going to pick one person and they're going to win money. So comment KALO. There will be a guaranteed winner in today's video. Comment KALO. And today starts our ladder challenge. I have a 2-leg parlay to go ahead and share with you guys to kick off our June ladder challenge. Now, our last video was on Saturday, so I really don't want to do a recap when it's been a couple days, but we did go 4-1, just FYI. But I really wanted to show you our record just to kind of show you guys where we stand overall. Now, our single bet category, we are 67-50 on the year. We're having a solid season. We started the year 12-25, so we're now 55-25 since then. We have been on a phenomenal run, so if you guys are not subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe. You've caught me on my hot streak. 55-25 since a 12-25 start. The parlays were still in the negative, but we did cash a pretty solid parlay on Friday, so we're getting there. But overall, we are profitable here in the video series this year. So tell your friends, tell your loved ones, if you're looking to make some money betting on baseball, I'm probably the guy, and also Ev's still having a pretty good year as well. Just want to update the record as we go into the month of June, but enough rambling, guys. We have a 2-leg parlay to go and share with you guys to kick off our June ladder challenge. Let's dive right in. All right, guys, jumping right into the outlier screen. Again, going to be a little bit of a shorter video today. We only have 2 player props to share. I do apologize to those who are looking for more props. Ladder challenge, day 1, we're going to focus on the parlay. We'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming some point in the week. But kicking things off, our first leg of our 2-leg June ladder challenge, day 1 parlay. We're targeting the Tigers-White Sox game, 7:40 p.m. first pitch. We're going Josh Rojas of the Chicago White Sox over half a strikeout. It is alternate line, minus 200 on DraftKings. We are using DraftKings for today's parlay. And yes, we are also using alternate lines for today's parlay. If you guys don't know how a ladder challenge works, it's a snowball effect. You put a unit on today's parlay. If it hits, you take the profit, you put it on tomorrow's parlay, and so on and so forth. And you just keep going. Our goal is 7 days. Can we make it to next Monday and cash a parlay every single day from now until next Monday? That's our goal for our ladder challenge. All these parlays are going to be plus money parlays, so there's a good chance that if we can make it to next Monday, we could be up big buku bucks. So go ahead and let me know down below in the comments if you guys are riding with me for this month's ladder challenge. They're a lot of fun. It's a good way to get the community all involved. We're all betting together on these parlays. So go ahead and let me know down below if you are tailing this ladder challenge for this month. Our first leg, Josh Rojas, again, over half a strikeout. Looking down below, data, of course, being alternate line, it's going to be pretty solid. Now, believe it or not, the recent data isn't as strong as the overall data is. 6 of his last 10 games, Rojas has cashed this over, averaging 0.8 strikeouts per game over his last 10 games. However, the further you go ahead and stretch the numbers out, the better the numbers actually look. Look at the last 20 games, 75% hit rate, 15 of his last 20. He's cashed the over, averaging 1 strikeout per game. And then if you want to go ahead and stretch the numbers out to the entire season view, now granted, he's only played 23 games, so it's a smaller sample size in comparison to some other players. But a 74% hit rate on the year, averaging 0.96 strikeouts per game this season. So pretty good numbers across the board here for Josh Rojas. Look at the head-to-head numbers as well. 4 of his last 6 matchups with the Detroit Tigers, he's cashed this over at a 67% hit rate, averaging 0.67 strikeouts per game across the last 6 matchups with the Detroit Tigers. Now, they haven't played yet this year, or he hasn't played the Tigers yet this year. All these numbers come from last season's data. Despite that, I do still think it carries some relevance here. Then we also have the insights provided by Outlier to look at here. Josh Rojas has exceeded half a strikeout in 10 of his last 11 games at home. This, of course, dates back to last season as well, the end of last season. But 10 of his last 11 home games, he's cashed the over, averaging 1 strikeout per game across the last 11 home games. It's a 91% hit rate. Really phenomenal numbers here. Again, that does carry back into September of last year. But the point being, really solid numbers across the board. That's what you hope for when betting with an alternate line. Going down below the key matchup stats, Josh Rojas versus Jack Flaherty. 8 plate appearances since 2018. He has struck off of him 3 times, so 3 strikeouts and 8 plate appearances. That is, of course, a 37.5% strikeout rate against Jack Flaherty. Is it a small sample size? Yes, it's a little on the smaller side, just 8 plate appearances. But the fact that in 8 plate appearances, he struck out 3 times versus Flaherty, pretty good numbers there, 125 batting average. Overall this year, Josh Rojas, 153 batting average versus right-handed pitchers. That is a decrease from his overall numbers. And his strikeout percentage, although it is a decreased line compared to his overall numbers, 27.9% strikeout rate is actually really, really high. So really good numbers there. Look at Jack Flaherty. Again, his numbers also drop in the negative for us versus left-handed batters, but 27.7% is still really, really high. So both the strikeout percentages do drop in this matchup, but they're small drops, and at the decreased value, they are still really solid. 27.9% strikeout rate for Rojas, 27.7% for Jack Flaherty. That is a formula that leads to a strikeout happening in this matchup. So really solid player prop to kick off our 2-leg parlay. And for our second player prop, we're actually going to stick with another strikeout prop. We have the Padres-Giants game, 9:45 p.m. first pitch. We got Elias Diaz of the San Diego Padres over half a strikeout. Again, minus 200 over on DraftKings, so both lines are both minus 200. Now for this one, the recent data is a little stronger than the overall data, but the overall numbers are still not that bad. 7 of his last 10 games, he's cashed the over, averaging 0.9 strikeouts per game over the last 10 games. And you do see a couple of them, he's had some multi-strikeout games as well. And the further you go ahead and stretch out the numbers, it's not bad, it's just not as strong as the last 10 game data, for example. Last 20 games, 13 of his last 20, 65% hit rate, still very solid numbers, averaging 0.8 strikeouts per game over the last 20 games. And then so far in the 2025 season, he's played 44 games, he's cashed the over in 24 out of 44 games. That is a 55% hit rate. He's averaging 0.66 strikeouts per game this season. So again, pretty solid numbers across the board. Not as impressive as the 70% hit rate he has over the last 10 games, averaging just shy of a strikeout per game, but still pretty solid numbers overall. Looking at the head-to-head numbers as well, not bad. 8 of his last 12 games against the Giants, he's cashed the over. It's a 67% hit rate, averaging 0.83 strikeouts per game across the last 12 matchups. And if you want to narrow it down a little further, he's cashed in 8 of the last 10. So really good run here of late against this division rival in the San Francisco Giants. Pretty good track record. They have played 2 times already this season. He's cashed the over in 1 of those 2 games this year. We also have the insights provided by Outlier. Elias Diaz has exceeded half a strikeout in 4 of his last 5 games on the road, averaging 1.2 strikeouts per game over the last 5 road games. Now that's an 80% hit rate, but the key thing I'm looking at here is that you also see a couple of multi-strikeout games over the last few road games for Elias Diaz. So pretty good numbers there across the board. And if you look down below to the key matchup stats, it's still pretty solid. Elias Diaz versus Logan Webb since 2018, 25 plate appearances, so a solid sample size. 5 strikeouts against him in 25 plate appearances. That is a 20% strikeout rate. You'd like that number to be a little higher, but it's really not that bad. 20% strikeout rate is still pretty solid against Logan Webb. The key here, he's also got a 125 batting average, so he just struggles against Logan Webb in general. But looking down low at the splits here, Elias Diaz, 21.6% strikeout rate this year versus right-handed pitchers. That increases to 24.8, so it's a really high number. We like to see that. You also look at Logan Webb, solid number, 27.9% strikeout rate. His increases versus right-handed batters to 29.9. So 24.8 versus 29.9. Again, you have those 2 high numbers. That usually is a recipe for a strikeout here. And he only needs 1. That's the key thing with both of these legs. We only need, for Rojas and for Diaz, 1 strikeout from each of them, and we cash this parlay. So pretty good value there. Solid matchups. The data seems to suggest these are guys who cash this line pretty consistently. And you have pitching matches where you're going up against Jack Flaherty and Logan Webb, 2 pitchers who are really solid when it comes to strikeouts. So a quick little recap here. Again, I know it's a shorter video. We only have 2 picks. I apologize for that, but we're focusing on this day 1 ladder challenge parlay in today's video. We have Josh Rojas of the Chicago White Sox over half a strikeout, and Elias Diaz of the San Diego Padres over half a strikeout. Both of them are right now at the time of recording minus 200 odds over on DraftKings. And when you parlay both together on DraftKings, you do get a parlay of plus 125. So also available on Prize Picks for those who do use Prize Picks. But DraftKings is what we're going with here. Plus 125 odds, pretty strong value. If these legs are not available to you, if you don't have DraftKings or Prize Picks, I do apologize. But that's what we were offered. That's what we're going to go ahead and ride with. So plus 125 parlay. We're going to put 1 unit on this parlay. And if this hits, we'll obviously run it back tomorrow. We'll take the profits from this parlay and put it on tomorrow's parlay. So hoping we keep this going. I hate when you lose a ladder challenge on the first day, but we don't chase here. So if it loses, it's done. We're not going to run it back. Maybe later in the month we'll run it back. But yeah, that's our day 1 ladder challenge parlay. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. One more time, please make sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and drop a comment down below. Whether we win or lose today, we will be back tomorrow with another MLB Player Prop video. Until then, guys, I hope you're all winners. Kalo Mina. Again, I hope you guys all have a fantastic month of June. NBA Finals coming up. NBA season winding down. Baseball in full swing. Pun definitely intended. I hope you guys have a fantastic month. I hope we all have a great month. I hope we continue to win our bets and make a lot of money together. That's the plan. That's the goal. We're going to speak it into existence here. But yeah, and remember, comment Kalo, K-A-L-O, down below. And I'm picking one lucky commenter to win a free $25 Amazon gift card. Guys, until tomorrow, hope you're all winners. Let's go ahead and make some moolah, baby.